of the Auditor General or professional acting under this Act.
Which law are you reading?
Section 62
of
the Public Audit Act.
Yeah, for answered.
Without justification, fail to provide information under this Act. C. Without justification, fail to provide information within reasonable time that is required under this Act. D. Submit false or misleading information. E. Misrepresent to or knowingly mislead a member of staff of the Office of the Auditor General or professional acting under this Act. Or F. Interfere with or exert undue influence on any staff of the Office of the Auditor General or on any person authorized by the Auditor General to perform functions under this Act. Subsection 2. A person who contravenes subsection 1 commits an offence and is liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding 5 million shillings or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 years or to both.
So, Governor, you had that. You need to indicate within 2 weeks the type of administrative action that you have taken against the person who was supposed to provide information to the auditors. And once you do that, then when we are doing our reports, we'll take a view and see what to recommend, whether prosecution or to have that issue mitigated. We will not be able, members, to look at the executive report. So, Secretariat, appoint another day where we will allocate Elgeyo Marakwet to come and answer to the queries raised by the auditor and the status of the implementation of our report tabled on 27th March 2025 on the implementation of the executive report of Elgeyo Marakwet. Members, because we've not done the two reports, we might not need to do closing remarks. However, I will give the governor.
Yeah, can I say something as you rule? Maybe I can request also the OAG to give us latest update on some of these projects so that when we come back, if I know they are doing for this financial year, if they can check some of these projects so that by the time the county executive is appearing again, we can be able to, if they can sample, because Chair, there is a good schedule that has been provided in their own certificate. If they can sample a number of these projects from Kabiemit Ward, where Mheshimiwa Barsulai comes from, solar equipping Sukutek water project, you know, Chair, Soy Ward, Iten Referral Hospital, if they can sample as per their schedule, it will assist us to make progress. But also, in Chair, maybe as we do the county visit, we should schedule Elgeyo Marakwet as our priority county to visit, because we have never visited. We only visited under your guidance Uasin Gishu County. And you know, Uasin Gishu, Nandi, Elgeyo Marakwet, Trans Nzoia is almost in the same area. So if we can plan to do Nandi, Trans Nzoia, and Elgeyo Marakwet, it will be very prudent to visit some of these projects. I yield, Chair.
Okay, Auditor, you wanted to say something?
Thank you, Chair. This is well noted, and my team is currently doing the audit of the executive, and before we finish, we shall have already visited the projects.
Okay, and if there are any prior issues, make sure that we enlist all of them in the certificate so that no issue gets lost along the way for the current report, 2025-2026. Governor, just your closing remarks.
Chairman,
yes,
before the Governor comes in.
Yes, yes.
The auditor had earlier requested whether we can be able to get a project implementation status report. It will be on that basis that they'll be able to carry out a field inspection to confirm what the county has provided. And that can also be given by the county.
Thank you, Patrick. I'm imagining that's what you need to do. That for every particular, yes, and
in fact, Chair, that had been the report from the Auditor General, that they had asked for that status of the project implementation, so that, Governor, when they come to the ground, they're actually checking it against something that you provided, but you didn't provide it according to them. And Chair, the only advice I want is that that meeting that we reschedule has to happen after the status report has been given and when the auditor has actually had opportunity to look at those things. Look at the projects on the ground, that is what.
Yeah, so I'm imagining that there will be a schedule of project, maybe the amount, the cost of the project, when it started, amount spent, you know, status of implementation, maybe 50%, 60%, you know, that project given to that schedule, given to the auditors and a copy to our secretariat, so that then you can use it to write our report. Governor, your closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Chair. I want to take this opportunity.
So maybe let me just put, can you put that in 14 days? Can you give that?
Chair, I want to confirm that already the only challenge that we had is that the auditor said it came to him just a few days ago before
The format is
this.
prescribed.
So what I want to confirm that it's already with the auditor. We can update it and give it to him within the 14 days.
In the format
on time,
prescribed.
and then with the format prescribed by the auditor, and then he can be able to proceed. Luckily, he's on the ground now. Therefore, he can actually, when he's doing his routine report, audit for 24-25, he can be able to combine another report on the same, Chair.
Right.
So, Chair, just to close, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of my team and on behalf of the great people of Elgeyo Marakwet to thank this committee. It's unfortunate that we didn't look at the other report, but I want to confirm to you that the suggestions that were given to us by this committee, not entirely, but we have really made tremendous progress, tremendous, and I will even point out, and I should thank the National Treasury, that the last time we were here, we had a huge variance between IFMIS and in our financial statements, and we have resolved with National Treasury as we speak. But because of the guidance of this good committee, led by your able chair, we have done tremendous progress as Elgeyo Marakwet. We are not where we were last year, and want to confirm that even as we come back, we will ensure that all that we progressively comply in some of the things. We also want to thank the Auditor General's Office and the COB for the guidance they have been giving us progressively to capacity build our team. Lastly, Chair, there is an exercise we undertook together, and when I came in this committee previously, and Senator Sivuna and the entire committee remember me passionately appealing to you that small counties are really going to be closed anytime. And Chair, even if we didn't reach what we wanted, you demonstrated goodwill as the Senate to protect the small counties by giving us an affirmative. On behalf of my colleagues, because I was also a chair of the small counties governors, on behalf of my colleagues from the 11 small counties, Chair, I want to offer our sincere gratitude, and you should also extend it to the Senate, the entire Senate, and also the Speaker of the Senate, that it is in the spirit of protection of counties that you acted in that way to support the small counties. We want to request that you continue supporting us, continue capacity building counties, and anytime we face a challenge, including the challenge that we have now on RMLF, I want to request that if continue standing your ground to ensure that counties still get these monies. I will tell you that the roads that we maintain as counties, I maintain 70% of the roads, all feeder roads in the county. 30% is only by Kera and Kena and Kura. The rest of the 70% are under my back as the governor. I am requesting that you continue in the same spirit, the same way you've been supporting us, so that we can be able to ensure that the devolution dream is achieved, because Senate and the governors are actually partners in devolution, and you are our protector of devolution. Thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you, Governor. For the 7 years I've been around, or 8 or so, we've been very firm in our resolve to support the devolution. And we lobbied our colleagues so that they can give us an affirmative fund. I've always insisted, I'm part of the senators who come from small counties, that money, we wish it can be used for only development expenditure. I don't know how, as governor, you will ring-fence that money to just do projects and maybe get one flagship project, so that when you come to Elgeyo Marakwet, we can be proud as senators, and we can be proud as you, as the chair of the governors who are fighting for that affirmative action, so that we can tell our senators, the likes of Senator of Nairobi, Sifuna, who are gracious enough to give us that opportunity to get some small fund in the next 5 years as affirmative fund. So I don't know, Sifuna, you are on the mic. You want to say something?
Just in closing, Chair, you know, our bishop is not here. The Senator for Kitui is our resident bishop. There's a Bible in the story about some lepers who are healed by Jesus. And only one of them came back to say thank you. Governor, you are the only one of those small counties who has come here to say thank you. So I want to say that we appreciate that when we collaborate and work together and things work. We feel that we have struck a blow for the basket of devolution. We will always, because we took an oath to do this work. Even on the fight of the RMLF, actually for us as a Senate, we are worried about you in the Council of Governors. Because, Chair, you remember we have said previously that sometimes we agree that we are going for this war together. Then we see some breaking news. You are smiling behind the tent with some people from the executive who I will not mention because Elgeyo will come back into this room. You think he has gone, but he's just somewhere here, waiting to hear that name. Then he comes back. So we feel also sometimes that then the Council of Governors is sabotaging us in this fight for RMLF. I remember there was a time when you had gone to court and we knew you had a good case. And then there was a judgment that was pending. Instead of us pushing for the judgment, you guys cut a deal with the National Assembly. The judgment was postponed. Then it came back. Now I hear they have started the fight again. But I want to assure you that for us, we believe in the oaths that we took to support you, to support devolution. And we will not tire until the time when Kenyans get rid of us from the Senate. So I want to thank you, Governor, and stop there.
Thank you, Senator Sifuna. That was a very useful addition. And so for me, for governors and the assembly, I've always said, let us remove this appetite for money, especially money appropriated to counties to go to operations. The likes of tea and mandazi. Once the money goes up, then the money for operations goes up. Tea and mandazi definitely goes up, and we wonder if the stomachs have increased. Let's have that more money going to capital expenditure, so that people can start feeling the value of devolution. We'll close it here, members. This meeting is adjourned until Thursday. We're supposed to have Governor Kilifi, but he did not come. Samburu, yes. I think you've talked about that. So until another notice is put by...
On Tuesday next week in Busia, at the Busia County Assembly Chamber.
Okay, the meeting is adjourned until next week in Busia. And then Salama Elgeyo Marakwet. Thank you.